Evening, folks. Oh, welcome back to the channel. And you know how it is, just getting the screen set up on my side. Let's see what it remembers. Doesn't remember much. All right, almost there. That's coming together pretty quickly. And I am, didn't mean to do that. There we go. I'm in the Twitch chat room as well. Let's see here. Hey, Michael, glad you made it. All right, got everything in line. I said, "Hey, Nikki, how you feeling?" Let's see. Um, I don't know what it is. I think it's because it throws me off to go live at half an hour earlier. So I don't know. It's like I started like putting my hair up um later. I need to adjust this. I'm sorry. And suddenly my phone's chiming off because it's 5 minutes till I go live, and it's like, oh shit! I just everything up. Yeah, it's everything's in line. It's in like 5 minutes. It's like great after because I was trying to like pace myself and go slow because it's going downhill fast as far as my back goes because I haven't been to the chiropractor in a month. Um, so it hurts to breathe. When I'm laying down, it's fine, but I can't do this lying down. So like I was slowly like setting some stuff up, taking a break, like steaming the sheet, taking a break, do this, taking a break. I hate to work like that, but when you're over 200 years old, you have to. Sorry, just pulling everything closer. But it's funny to like think I'm gonna like take things chill, even though I've got to start a half an hour sooner, and then rush, rush, rush. But it all came together. Yeah, pretty much. So I'm doing okay. All things considered, I was mostly worried about this is new because I've done earlier shows before. Frank has done Saturday shows before, but it's never been me doing a full show and then Frank doing a full show. So it's gonna be fun for you guys getting, roughly 4 hours of content with the half hour in between. But in the back of my head, I'm thinking staying up until 11 p.m. and actually being up and able to just, function in a chat room because I have been drinking coffee, making myself stay up till like at least midnight, trying to watch Dark Shadows, get, notes taken and get through that. So I'm practicing. But it's one thing to just be awake at 11 p.m. and it's another thing to be on at 11. So it's gonna be fun. It's a little bit different at a Saturday show. Quite frankly, it's like chill in a certain way. Sometimes there's a different group of folks because it's not gonna start until 9 p.m. And I don't recall if Frank said that on the show, but what I did yesterday, which I do not like to do because I've always hated this ever since, back in the day, you go to a website, it starts playing a video or music. I hate you. Quite frankly, .tv, right away it starts playing Pilled. It plays an ad that you cannot pause or anything. So, and I'm not going to mute my device for 3 seconds. So what I do is I go there, I click on it real quick, I scroll, like hit like page down, so it shows like he'll have a list of folks that are going to be on. I did that. I saw Saturday show 9 to 11 p.m. and got the fuck out of there before it started making noise at me. So I knew that, so I could have something to tweet before I went to, quite frankly, on Friday, because otherwise I was thinking I'm just going to have to show up and tweet something the second the show ends, but I did not have to, so that was cool. So so I've known about this for 24 hours, and then I could plan my show accordingly because Frank initially had said doing his show at 8 p.m., which would have meant I would have been going live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, which it might as well be noon. So that was I'm glad it's not earlier, so I could go live at roughly a time I've gone live at before, so that it all worked out. And then it's going to be, Frank has been doing live shows since February 18th of 2006, so it's his 19-year anniversary all this week, and he's going to have well, the thumbnail for the show, it's an old school picture of them from, I don't know, maybe back when they started. So it's pardon me, I'm pulling out my mirror. It's got Petey face. He used to be quite a bit larger. And then years ago, he just well, like he had a child, and like he quit smoking cigarettes. He dropped a whole bunch of weight, so he looks a lot different now. And then it's a picture, and Anthony's in the picture, and he basically looks like he's 12 years old, but no facial hair at all. And then Frank's there, and he looks exactly the same. Like he's still like tattoos, t-shirt, hat. It's the same guy. It's just it's like it's Photoshop Frank into an old picture. It looks like the same dude. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to be awake for it, be able to talk to people for it. I don't know exactly what Frank is going to be doing, exactly who is going to be there. I don't want to speculate too much and be wrong. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but it's cool. It used to be for a minute there we were getting one Saturday show a month, and for the very first one it was a March. I got to work out the year that was, but I was drunk that night. I was drinking every other Saturday show back when I could do that. And that's when I called in and Rob asked me the name of my religion. I wouldn't say it. And then Frank hung up with me, and then something fell off of the wall. And it took a while to find out what that was. It was a poster for his favorite movie is As Good as It Gets with Jack Nicholson. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I had seen that movie before I met Frank or anything like that. And then he's like, "Oh, this is my favorite movie." I'm like, "The Fudge Packer movie?" I know that one. It's good. It's got Julie Benz in there for a hot second. You'll know her from Angel, but that's a little bit off topic. Anyway, the point is that the picture frame for his favorite movie fell off of the wall. That was assigned to me. So I'm glad I didn't say anything. Uh, what studio was that at? What studio was that? It would have been at the new studio then, yeah, because it would have been like 2018, 2019, something like that. Oh, yeah, it's just been a hell of a week. Just again, I mentioned before, my doctor has not been in for a month, and it's you go to call him up, you can't even leave a voicemail. So it's not. If he was closer to knowing when he was going to come back in, he would have his voicemail on because he's done that before. But it just rings and rings and rings. So I can take the hint, and then I've swung past there, and there's just like a sign stuck on the door, just closed. He's out. He's sick. But that's just up in the air. It's just worst case scenario. He's never going to come back. And then on top of that, the street pharmacist has not had their shipment come in, so I'm dry there. And it doesn't take much to keep me going. So if a few things are not there, then it's things quickly fall apart. And sounds like my laptop's working too hard. Um, that's how you start down the road to a nervous breakdown. Not quite there yet. I've been worse off. I'm honestly counting my blessings. It could be worse. We do have like the internet is still on, like the bills are paid, the walls are holding up the roof. It's, like there's food in the house. So it's not like I've been worse off, but I'm just awfully creaky, and then it makes me more forgetful. I've got a hair or something on there. Uh, it just more things are. I notice I'm like not on my game the way I usually am. Yeah, I just don't care for that. But that's just me personally. And then I, take a look around, and it seems since about January, Frank has just been like, it's like tech issues, or just like a lot of little things just seem to be like building up for him that are just kind of like working his nerves. And like the other night he had a headache, and he's just sort of and then he mentioned like Pam, he's the executor of her estate. Pam, that's Madame Zadalza. She is friends, was friends, because she has passed, with like Frank's dad. Like they sort of grew up together, and then she just sort of like maybe became Aunt Pam because they were so close. And then it was like right around in 2000, nobody could talk to anybody. They were, travel restrictions that, some people unwisely followed. And he just sort of lost touch with her a bit and then didn't hear anything about her. And then out of the blue, I don't know exactly how he found out, but then she had, passed on. Don't exactly know from what. I don't know if it was, I don't even want to say natural causes, because if she's around Frank's dad's age, she cannot be, terribly old. So I don't know if she had maybe like a health condition we just did not know about, if it was an accident, anything like that. I don't think it was anything, medical due to it being 2020, but we just don't know. And I'm not gonna sit there in DMs, asking Frank like, hey, tell me all about what happened to her. It's, maybe if I, talk about her in the chat room stories like a bit, but I'm not trying to like hound the guy about someone who was passed. I don't know if he's just gonna shoot me down and not say anything. I don't know if it's a sensitive subject, so I don't want to bother him with it. So that's not good. And then again, I had mentioned, before it's, Abracadabra came out, and it's a great song. And like the very next day, my brother found out his drummer in his band passed away. So that sucks. And then I wasn't going to talk about this because it kind of feels sort of, it kind of feels like talking about somebody behind somebody's back. Uh, I'm being vague. The fact that I do am signed up for the membership videos on Gray Still Plays. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you everything he says in those videos. That would be really shitty of me. I wouldn't do that to him. But, without giving away too much, like like him and his family have just been dealing with, just been sick. It's winter time, and just like cold congestion type of things. And he was mentioning in a prior video, he's like, well, I'm like a cat, so if I'm sick, I just hide it. But come around to this last Thursday video, it's just it's just audio, and it gets on with him playing a game, but he's sort of explaining himself because he usually is on camera for those. But he's explaining like, yeah, about how the family's been sick, all this stuff, and now it's just like I think it's been like a month. He said he's just had this upper respiratory, just this cough. So, and just him like sneezing, hacking, coughing, just feeling like crap. So it's a lot of extra work for his editor. But it sounds like he's just like between like all the hacking and coughing and just being sick, period. Like he just sounds like he didn't even feel like getting done up for the camera. Like he's just that sick, he doesn't even want to be at camera. Um, but he has never missed an upload. He said that. I think he's been doing those for about 3 years. It's one video a month, that one video a week. Sorry, on Thursday. He said he's never missed one, so he's still not missing them. He even said the show must go on, and that is true. I just feel bad that he feels so crummy that he can't even put himself on camera. That would just because he said it's extra work for his editor. He just doesn't want to have to put him through that. I understand. But he's still, working, still getting the content out there, even though he feels like ass. That sucks. And then just, maybe it's because it's winter time, just random Frankly's folks are just not feeling well and just various health issues. It sucks to like I'm glad they say something if you're going through what we want to hear about it, but it sucks to know that so many people I do care about are just also not having a great time. I that it wears you down. I mean, it's again, it could be worse. Everybody is still alive. It's not like folks are not going to get their health back and things like that. So it's nobody's in the hospital, so it's not like the worst. But it just sucks to know that like everybody's just kind of going through it. It's sort of a bummer. But there are, good things going on. Again, Frank has been doing his thing for 19 years now, and that's why I called it still. Like, he's still in the game. Even though like I might not be feeling well, I'm still doing like I would never cancel a show. I'd feel worse about canceling than I would about say if I was sitting here like coughing and hacking and sneezing. I'd rather put on a show and suffer through it for 2 hours rather than to do nothing. So and I can't do that. Again, it's not a situation where people are away from the internet because they feel so crummy. So it could be worse, but it could be better. I just really wish folks would have more good things going on for them. Um, it's rough, and for me, I kind of expected. The sun is in Pisces. If I'm gonna get a hard time from the universe, it will be when the sun is in a water sign. So I like, of course, it's all gonna pile on me now. So like, I get it, but that doesn't mean everybody else needs to be having a hard time. Oh, oh, hold on. Somebody tweeted. Okay, no, it's just Frank. Saying that he has a Saturday night special, begins at 9 p.m. EST. Nice. And then some responses. Oh, whoops. I do have a phone line now. It is 419-359-8869. If anybody does want to call in, that's available. And again, nothing's going to pop up on the screen. Nobody's going to see anybody's legal name, their phone number, or anything like that. So I don't know. I think maybe my note taking might have suffered this week. We'll kind of see. It's kind of throwing me off that I had to start a new notebook. So I feel like I've got all this information in front of me, and it's just really just half blank paper. So it's don't be intimidated by all this. It's not that serious. Oh, Dandy, glad you made it. Thirsty. I did make coffee too. I think I drank about half a cup of coffee, and in the back of my head, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna get this on the fan, make another cup of coffee, and then be back here for 9 p.m. And speaking of coffee, might as well talk about this. Frank was I brought this up before too. Frank was mentioning if you are a sponsor of his show, get in touch with him because he wants to get the Keto Brains coffee creamer samples out to anyone who wants to try it. It's like he's like, I don't care if it comes out of my pocket. I just want people to check it out. And he was been saying that for I don't know a couple weeks now, and I don't know exactly what he said. That kind of it just hit me different the time I heard it, but I thought, let me get in touch with them and ask about it. Worst he's gonna do is say no. Because I'm not any kind of like I don't support, quite frankly, monetarily. I'm just not in that position to. But I didn't say that, so I messaged Frank about it. It was after a show, so I think I think I called it keto grains or something. I called it by the wrong name, but it was after 9 p.m., so I was done. But I asked him about it and something about how there's coconut in it because he sent me the website, and I'm like, ugh, because coconut gives me a headache. And I sort of mentioned it to him, and he's like, kind of take it, you don't like it. And I'm thinking, I forget exactly what I said. It's like, just I'm sort of allergic to it, but he said he can't taste it, so that's fine. I have had energy drinks before that they said it had coconut water in it, but I never had an issue with it because I couldn't taste it, so it didn't give me a headache. So I guess it's not like, say, you got your coffee, you put a scoop in, it doesn't taste like you're sipping on a pina colada for breakfast. So with that in mind, I was like, well, hey, I'd like to try it. If it's good, I'd, mention it to other people because he said it makes him like his brain work better. That's what I would like mine to do since I was on Lion's Mane, and really it helps, but if you get super depressed, it just makes you agitated, and that just is going to make you feel worse. So this does have lion's mane in it. It's got a few things in it, but it showed up. It's got my name on it. I've seen my name in print before, but not in mail, so it was nice to see that. But it's not a cube, it is a square. It does say $3.54. I think postage paid. I mean, like they didn't ask me for money. I wouldn't have, it's like screw you guys. But it did show up the other day. I haven't tried it yet just because I was worried if I do a reaction to the coconut, I don't need to be sitting around with a low key headache. But what it is, you get three of these little. It looks just like the package that Frank has, and I mean my lighting is not the greatest. Plus, what they use, like the lines they use, are really thin, and the font is so thin you can barely see it. Like I had to get so close to it that they use periods or commas. You can't even tell because it's so small. But it looks like this. It says it's one serving. It's 110 calories. It is 16 grams, which is also 0.56 ounces. It feels like it's about halfway full. I haven't opened one of these up yet. Again, there's three of them. This one's a little bit beat up. Do I have a better looking one? I think I have one I haven't touched. They're all basic. They all look the same. It's just, it's like the bag, only smaller. But it kind of seems like there are a lot in there. I was thinking of maybe just like doing like half of these, like half one day, half the next day, so I could stretch it out to 6 days and try it out to see if it works. Because I like the idea of like having like clear thoughts and being focused, so I can like get stuff done and not have to. I find in my daily life I'm struggling to use the correct names for colors, and I don't like that because I was one of those kids. My pans were always in a Crayola crayon box, and just I don't know, 30 years go by, you forget the names of all the crayons, so I don't know like the colors to call all of these wild ass clothes. So that just wears down on my brain. So maybe this will help out. And I am a coffee drinker again, so that's not an issue. So I do want to try with this. I think I'm going to start tomorrow. That way, since I'm doing a show Monday, since Frank is off Monday, February 24th, he said, like initially he said he had to go to another town hall for the building, and now he's just like, I got stuff to do. So maybe it's that, maybe it's other stuff. He doesn't have to tell us exactly where he's going to be, but he will be off on Monday, so I'll be on Monday. And then like a week from today, I'll know more about this stuff and I can tell you about it, whether or not I would get some more. Just catching my breath. I will say this though, their website to go to, like if you want to order this stuff, use promo code Frankly, all capitals, Frankly. It gives you, I think it's 10% off. But this is the most frustrating website to go to for a Quite Frankly sponsor I have ever been to, because I just had to X out of a pop-up video. I've got a pop-up down here for X and Instagram. There's a pop-up to chat with them. And then there's another pop-up that it looks like a purse with a heart next to it. Don't really need all that. And then when you go to order it, they automatically add in I forget the name of it, some kind of a order protection, $1.95. It took me 3 go arounds to get that taken off. It's $1.95. I don't need it unless somebody's like gonna walk it to my house like this. I don't need it. It's fine. It'll be in a box. It'll get here okay. So I had to fight to take that off. You put in the promo code Frankly, it ends up taking off $5, which is, I mean, hey, it's $5. It's that's if you just get like a one-time purchase. It's like $49.99, promo code Frankly. Plus they make you add in, you cannot get around this. They make you have where is it? Like they make you pay for shipping no matter what. There is no free option. I don't care if it takes a month, deliver it for free. No, the cheapest one you can get is $5 even. So what you're doing with promo code Frankly is saving $5 whole, and that's $5. But talking about it right now is giving me a headache. It's just that frustrating. So but we'll see. I'll take it for basically a week and see how I feel on it. And I mean, if I like it enough, of course I'll get it. Even if the website is frustrating to use, and just go from there. Now, like the actual product to get, it is kind of a lot. I looked this up. It's that's not going to show me now. This website is so. I thought the website for Yes Cacao was frustrating, and then I come here. It is another pop up to X out of. Thank you very much. 16.9 ounces, which is 480 grams. Don't know how it smells. Again, I haven't opened it yet, but I'm looking forward to trying it out in my coffee, and I'll know more about it in a week from today. So that's what's up with that. Oh, yeah, this week. Yeah, Monday is when Frank was like, "Oh, Saturday, 8 p.m. maybe." It's like, oh, that was when he did his coffee stream. That was at 11 a.m. for 38 minutes. So we were there kicking it. And Willie Fixit was there, and he was talking about it was his birthday. And I was like, "Wait a minute, aren't you an Aries?" He's like, "No, man, it's today. I'm Aquarius." I was like, "Oh, dude, fuck yeah!" So that was Monday the 17th. So happy birthday to him. Willie Fixit's cool as hell. And then Frank's daughter was shooting craps. She had some dye there. I forget what exactly they were doing with dice, but that's what they had. It was only 30. I'm glad it was only 38 minutes. Like an hour would have been a bit too much. It was nice. It was nice. I don't think I went out Monday either, so it wasn't like wrecking up my eyes or anything like that. But this was weird. This was so weird. I thought like everything was just going to be normal forever, but then it comes time to go to quite frankly at 7 p.m. I haven't told this story before exactly. Let's see, about 4 years into going to the shows, things got a little bit rough. Just that's when the haters started coming out, and that was around the time I had this. I know I had watched Lady Gaga's. Well, I went to Art Rave, but I know I watched it also. And there's a part in there that it was stuck in my head. I knew she was wearing some kind of like black latex outfit with fishnet, and her hair was green, and it was like she wasn't singing like the song "The Edge of Glory." It was like a lead into "The Edge of Glory." She's singing it a cappella. But you know what? When you're in a different town, you say the name of the town. So like instead of saying the word "baby," she would say like the name of the town she was in. But the one I remembered is she's saying the words the way they are in the song. She's not adding in the city name. Didn't know when that was, but I found it. It was when she was in Birmingham, something like October 14 or 15th of 2014. Birmingham in the UK. Because when I read that, I was like, she was not in the United States at that time. I knew roughly where she was with that tour. It's like, why would you come back to the United States when you were over in Europe? But I didn't realize there was a Birmingham in England. Now I do know. Well, I knew it then. That's where she sang it at. That's where she sang it at. Somebody had gone to the concert and just filmed it. They had it there. That's what I saw in the video whenever I would have watched it. Like, oh my God, somebody was there and recorded it. It exists still. Thank you. And that's the date of the concert is significant to me because that was after New Year's Day, but before my friend passed away in 2014. And I watched that clip. It's about, I don't know, 20 seconds before I go to every, quite frankly, before I do any of my live shows. I've been doing that since January of, I wrote it down because I know I was going to forget in the moment. Yeah, since January of 2019. I just automatically do that, say my little prayer, come to the show. I play that. I don't play anything else until quite frankly starts. I don't play another video, nothing else like that. I'm just very specific about doing those things in that time. Anyway, and I do have I won't tell that part. It's in a playlist though. It's at the top of a playlist, so I can find it in the thumbnail. I can go there right away, play it, do my thing. Oh, Kara, glad you made it. She said, she's saying hi to everybody. I've missed the last few Saturdays. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, I'm glad you made it. We've been here. We kept your seat dry. So it's like, okay, Monday. I was just quite frankly earlier. I'm sure I was watching Dark Shadows that day. Let me go to the show, do the Monday thing, get the whole week started. Scroll down to my playlist, and the thumbnail is the picture of the second video in the playlist. I was like, huh? Maybe YouTube's having a glitch. All that. Let me just go in there. But the very first option is a gray box that says no views. Now, mind you, this is it. This is like 15 minutes before quite frankly starts. So it's almost like going into church and removing items to me. Just like I wasn't crying, but you have to understand, it's been like what, 6 years that I've been playing this every single show, and it's just gone. Erica, we are doing the movie review. What's up to on March the 1st. So you've got like a couple weeks, 1 week. You've got 1 week to watch it. I don't know what day it is. Don't mind me. Yeah, but you've got 1 week to get that movie watched, and we'll be talking about it a week from today. Looking forward to that. So I didn't have time to investigate. At first I was thinking, okay, just don't play it. But I'm like thinking, well, what if there's like, like spiritual ramifications of me not playing that song? Like I can pray, but I need like the whole experience. So I'm like, wait a minute, let me just Google, Lady Gaga Art Pop, tour, or Lady Gaga Art Rave 2014. It exists. Somebody has like a full, it looks like a professionally shot concert. They only uploaded it a year ago. I do want to watch the whole thing, but long story short, I click on the video. I don't know exactly where it was in the concert, so I click on it. I drag the mouse around to like check the outfits. I'm like, okay, maybe this is it. I get to a place where it's just completely black. I tap that, and it was a spot that guy recorded from the deleted video. It's the same thing but professionally shot. She's right there in the whole nine. So it still exists in a different form. That's what I've been playing since Monday. That's what I played before I started this show. What's up, Swanee? Glad you made it. Smells like masturbation in the chat room. Yeah, you're in the right place. So I did find it does still exist, so I'm not just left high and dry without my prayer song thing. Did some investigating, and because I had subscribed to this guy's channel a couple months ago, I scroll down to where it was. It starts with an R, and it's just not there. It's like it's still there, but it's got a different name. It's like he changed his handle, and he deleted every video except two. It's like, what? Are you not gay anymore? Are you not a fan anymore? Why would you take this down? What the actual fuck is wrong with you? You know what? It doesn't matter. Whatever. I'll unsub. It was just some random guy who uploaded a random video that I had given 1.3 thousand views to, because again, I have it in a playlist. That's really the only video I watch in it. Where would those views come from? What's up, B Chef? Glad you made it. So there's that. So it's like, oh no, how's the rest of this week gonna go with that kind of an upset? I didn't think that could happen. That hasn't been too bad though. That was just, I still can't believe it happened. And then it won't let me take the new video and put it at the top of the list. Maybe it's because there's too many videos in that list. I don't know what that's about. But it's always in my watch history. It's just, it's okay. That's okay. That was just, it's hard to go through all of that kind of like potential meltdown when the show is about to start. This was all within 15 minutes. So got that sorted out though. It's just, oh my god. And then Frank has this new like bumper promo where it's like before the show starts, it says quite frankly, and it has these buildings going by so fast you don't know what the fuck they are. The crack building bumper, crack building intro. I really don't care for that, so hat on. Can't have all that moving around in my face at that time. Why have the buildings move that fast? You can't tell what they are. But Frank had his. He had his emerald green long sleeve shirt on. That looks so good on him. And at first I thought it was black. I couldn't tell because again, you look at these like 60s colors all day, and then you come back to real life. It's a bit jarring. John Rogers, glad you made it. Your like real life color receptors versus your 1960s colored receptors are just off. That is one thing with dark shadows. Like an actor might look like, oh, they're wearing blue, and another camera gets them. Oh, wait, it's green. Another camera gets them. Oh, it's purple. It's just so it you can't even tell what color anything is. But they do wear that. There are a few characters that wear like a long sleeve emerald green sweater. So a dude was giving me dark shadows vibes. And Frank showed footage of this looks so fake. They're like a plane crashed on the ice. Okay, but it's completely upside down. Um, Basically clean and dry. There's no flames. There's some smoke, but smoke does not mean fire. And people walking off, and absolutely nobody got hurt. That was fake AF. It's cute that they and some guy getting out. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Came off very insincere. Um, okay, I didn't know this because there was some dude talking on just talking about stuff. I've never really seen this guy before, but he sort of had pretty eyes, and so I asked about him, and they said it's this guy named JD Vance. Um, and then I don't know something in context with that. I'm like I think I asked if he's the vice president or I asked who he was, and somebody said he is the vice president. So, oh, okay, I learned that on Monday. I didn't know who the vice president was because I really don't care, but I did. RIP to that guy. B Chap, I think it's real. Saw breaking news, though not too sure if the recorded footage was likely made by artificial intelligence technology. It kind of reminded me of, oh, hey, what's up, Zora and Crystal Pistol? Remember when they said, remember the plane that crashed over maybe Philadelphia somewhere earlier this month or last month? And then they showed us that the parking lot with all of that like clean, never been burnt up wreckage and people filming it, empty parking lot, lights and sirens. It kind of felt like that. Mark Swana, it was real. I was on that plane. Yeah, that's what it was. He was pinching too many asses. And, oh, what's up, Moby? Glad you made it. Yeah, Swanee was pinching too many butts, and then it went down. And that's the end of that notebook. Just for it to flop back open when I toss it aside. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this was on Monday was the night when that guy called in and he was just trolling Frank super hard, just saying I forget exactly what he said, but he was just trolling Frank, just saying any kind of silly edge lord shocking thing he could. Let me set this aside, or I'm gonna play with it. Uh, and drink some coffee. But yeah, that guy called in. Hey, I'm so and so from Jersey, and just spent I don't know a couple of minutes just saying air quote shocking things. And Frank's like, well, hey, like, well, if you know so much about this, well, why don't you get off your ass and start. He was kind of going along with it. Frank was, and then he sort of got mad. Like not hey, fuck you, don't call me anymore. But like you could tell it was kind of like pissing him off that this guy was just like sticking to the bit too much. Like you think he would have broken off a bit, but he just kept going with it, and it kind of didn't stay as funny as it was initially. And I think that's about when Frank got frustrated with it. And he like sort of went off on him. But Nightcock was there, and he said, said that a New Jersey caller doesn't even know how to get gas in his car. I forgot that about Jersey. That's a real thing. Somebody walks up to your car and it's super awkward. Beach app just reminded me of a car crash. Went for a walk a few years ago, about 20-minute walk, and there was a car crash involving multiple vehicles. Though luckily enough, nobody got hurt. Oh, good, yeah. Like I hate to see a car accident, but I like when you see them like pulling actual people out. Like maybe they're like limping out. It's not like a gurney with like the body covered up. So it's, hopefully they're gonna be okay. Let me plug this in. Pardon any lag. Please don't freeze. Yeah, Crystal Pistol sorta. He went off. Yeah, Frank did kind of like the longer he went, the more heated he got. And then the next night he's like, yeah, I kind of went a little bit too far with that. Like, he was okay. Like I've seen him go off worse on somebody because another person had called in maybe last year, from Jersey, talking about, hey Frank, if you like Florida so much, why don't you move down there? And then Frank went off on him. So I said I saw a clip with those parts scattered also, but this particular one showed a hole in the ground the size of a truck, about 5 feet deep, with water in it. All right, yeah, I wouldn't put it past him to blow a hole in the concrete. Beach up, I think I know who you're talking about. I pressed block. Yeah, sometimes you have to. Oh, Papa Groovy, glad you made it. Much love to you all. Have a gig tonight. I'll have to catch that show later. Yeah, sure thing. Swanee, yeah, Frank needs more calls trolling him. Every so often, he really does. Like, they do want to slap his butt cheeks. I like that. John Rogers, I got yelled out in 88 for getting out to gas my car in Jersey in 88. Yeah, it's because, like, when I was in Jersey and somebody walked up to my car, I was getting, like, flashbacks to, like, maybe the 80s the last time I saw somebody, like, a gas station attendant, like, helping with pumping gas. Zora was probably fake, too. Yeah, probably. And this messed me up, too. I started writing down, like, 12, 19, 12, 20, and then because I write down the air dates for Dark Shadows, so I've got like whatever 1967 going in my head, and then I'm writing down December here, and I never know what day it is anyway. But then I finally figured it out on Friday. I was like, wait a minute, let me cross that one out. Yeah, Tuesday that was the 18th. That's Frank going live for 19 years now. Pardon me, my nose is a bit drippy. Yeah, that's when I started calling it the Crack Buildings intro. And then jumping ahead a bit, like sometime in this last week, Frank retweeted somebody was like, "Hey, this was the thing I did for Quite Frankly, and then I did these effects on it to make it look like this." And I click on the tweet, and it's the Crack Buildings promo. So I'm like, "Hey, is there any way you can slow those down a little bit?" And the guy responded to me, ended up following me back. So I'm like, "Hey, that's awfully cool of him. Thank you." I don't know who that is, but he seems friendly, so thank you. And it was also Shane B. He has the same birthday as Zadalza, so that's how you can remember that. Shane B is why we don't have a Shane A. Oh no, yeah, this was when Frank was talking about like they had that their pennies. There was one from like 1909, and I forget how much it went for. Oh, couldn't read my writing for a second. Magavelli said they were using the American Horror Story font. And they were like, hey, wait a minute, they are. We're trying to figure out how a penny could cost that much. And Dandy said that Lincoln was not wearing pants on that penny. That's why it is so expensive. That makes perfect sense. What is it with pennies? Are they not going to make them anymore? I don't understand what people are talking about. I haven't seen anything. Again, I don't try to look for the stuff on Tumblr, but people will reblog current event stuff, so I will accidentally see it there. Haven't seen it there, so I don't know. Zora, there is a chance some rebel launched a missile out of his backyard and everything was hoaxed around it. I do think that it was a hoax from what we've seen on, quite frankly. That looks fake. Uh, okay, I'll get to that. Cause like things, something like again, things are like happening like right before, like somewhere in between, like the 15 minutes before, quite frankly, starts. That's when like shit's been popping off this week. Wednesday. Now Wednesday, by the time we got to, quite frankly, Gray Still Plays had not uploaded. Of course, there's usually a Wednesday upload, and it's Grand Theft Auto, the probably the most popular upload that he does on his channel. So it was extremely odd for me to have not seen that go up before, quite frankly. But sometimes he does upload as late as like 5 minutes before 9 p.m. So it's not unheard of. It is just a little bit odd. John Rogers, supposedly it costs 2 cents to make a penny. Well, we can afford it. Stop wasting money on people who broke in here. Moby, a penny saved is a waste of time with this inflation. That's sad. Oh no, did I not write down? Hmm. No, we did have. Okay, no, I'm sort of. Maybe I didn't take complete note. Again, this has not been my week. Things were, yeah, Wednesdays when stuff started going down because like health wise, because I did have to go out, went downtown, my doctor was not in, great, that's fine. Everything was cold and frozen, so I'm out there scraping off my car, could not get into my trunk because it was frozen shut, so I had to use my little scraper to scrape all the ice off. I was out there for half an hour, still did not free my windshield wipers, but thank the gods I did not need to use them because they were stuck in place. So did all that running around, and like I tried to open my trunk and it was frozen, but then as I was driving it was like beeping, like this, like it was unlocked, so like the sensor was triggering off, so I had to like put my coat on, get back out of the car, and just like smash down the trunk lid to make it stop doing that. But it was covered with snow and ice, so I got like a wicked bruise. I had to put icy hot on it for 2 days. It's fine now, like nothing happened. But yeah, this is what I need, a stiff right elbow. I'm right-handed, god damn it, and I do have to like be on my elbows for 2 hours when I'm at, quite frankly, so that was not gonna fly. Diddy, I don't even bother to pick up a penny. Now a dime, that's another story. Each yep, they place the pension benefits up, but sadly they keep the prices up whenever they feel like it. Yeah. Oh yeah, Dandy said I can't wait to see me and Frank on the foxhole squares. Yeah, and then John Rogers is saying that that might be the night that myself and King 40 will be on. Yeah, I've got that in the show's description. That's going to be on March 22nd at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It's on pill.net. It's a channel called Coffee with Sandra. Did I get that right? I wrote it down in the other notebook. uh, I can find it. It's in the show's description. Uh, I can't see the link. I think it is Coffee with Sandra. I remember Coffee. I remember with Coffee Talk with Sandra. I was so close. So like I've got her followed now. To go there. But yeah, that's gonna be it's like Hollywood Squares, except we're on Foxhole, and it's roughly an hour or so. I guess it just depends how long it goes for. Coffee Talk with Sandra, John Rogers, thank you. Yeah, so that's what's gonna happen is I'll do my regular show from 7 to 9 p.m. and then go over there at 10 o'clock and just do the thing. Dandy saying, will I be a contestant or a square? I don't know. I really don't. I think I'm one of the people that like gets asked questions, but I don't know if that makes me a square or a contestant. Honestly, the only Hollywood squares I've seen is when they parodied it on The Simpsons, and I have not seen that in like 20, like that particular episode in like say 20 some odd years. So I'm kind of just gonna like it is, it's a month away, so it's okay that I don't know right now. I will find out when it gets closer, cause I'm good like that. I'm good at like just downloading a lot of information into my brain at once. Yeah, square, yeah, nerd. Uh, so like that's fine. Like I could like find out like the day like that. I probably wouldn't want to find out that morning because I gotta work before I go to that. But maybe like the Friday before I could find out what it's all about. That way I'll know before I go there because I don't need to do that much prep work. I don't want to find out now and be nervous about it because that's how I am. Because if they tell me about it now, I'm gonna forget about it in a month. So it doesn't do me any good to know what to do now. But I'll find out what to do. I just kind of go there and do what I do here, and it quite frankly, I guess that's how I got offered the jobs. Michael actually promote that show when it's getting close. Frank never cross promotes when he's going to guest on other shows. Yeah, that's why I've got it in the show's description. And then when I'm doing my tweets on Fridays, I'm gonna definitely be putting it in there and just pimping it out as much as I can. Because I've never been asked to be a guest before, so it's like wow, it's an honor to be nominated. Um, I'm looking forward to it though. I don't want to think about it too much and get nervous because I don't know what it's about, but it's I that's okay. I'm good at winging stuff. It's gonna be fun. And oh, Kara said, wasn't Coffee Talk with Sandra on YouTube? I feel like I subscribed the first time Frank was on. I don't know. I was just told, well, as soon as it said it was called Foxhole Squares, I knew it wasn't, say, World War One information. So, let me, coffee talk, not Coffee Talk SNL with I think I'm messing up. I'm putting spaces in between the words. Yeah, she is on YouTube. It's Coffee Talk with Sandra. Maybe her like main thing is over on Foxhole slash Pilled. Cool. I didn't even think to go there. Yeah, again, it is a month away, and if I learn something today, I'm not gonna know it a week from now, let alone a month from now. So it's okay that I don't know anything about it now. Michael said that's awesome. I'm looking forward to watching. Yeah, let me know if I'm any good because I don't know if I could watch it back, but I would just have to watch the video. I can't watch the chat room at all. Pardon me. But it'll be fun. It's gotta be. If it's because I know who King 40 is, and I've heard Frank's gonna be on. I don't know about that. Because one thing about Zoso dude is he says a lot of stuff. Nothing happens. He just says a lot of stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be on there. I'm gonna show up. But as far as what's gonna actually go on there, I don't know. He's one who is incredibly hard to get direct information from reliably. So I just don't ask. Swanee, got to get back to work, have fun, and use lube. Absolutely. Yeah, Wednesday we were talking about. I wrote down a Colorado guest. Um, I think we are just trying to dress up Frank because we were doing that. I think that's what it was. Like Frank could have like a collar that was like lace. No, because it was black and it had like buttons. It had like three buttons. Because I remember making a joke. I was like, "Hey, three dots, check it out. Frank's shirt has three dots. I'll go." Uh, But yeah, so it was just like a black, shirt with like three buttons, and it was all buttoned up. But he had the window open a crack, so I'm like, hey, it's hot in there, undo those buttons. But he wasn't gonna do that, so it's like, well, what if he just had like a lace collar and then like lace along the side of the buttons, or like a pilgrim collar? He could totally rock that. John Rogers, she might only do it on Foxhole because it could be a copyright issue. Yeah, yeah, that makes total sense. And then Kara said, that's cool. I was invited on by a channel I mod for and was so freaking nervous. LOL, I survived. I think I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, because it's going to just be weird to just sit there and answer questions and not have a chat room somewhere to look at. Because I cannot look at a chat room on Pilled/Foxhole because that's going to just the animations and it's just going to wear down my battery. Dandy said, can watch the replays on Pilled. Cool. I'll have to check that out to see how I do. But some girl came in, I'd never seen her screen name before, but she's like, hey, what's up with Twitter? The show wasn't live there. And I said, get your shit together, Twitter. And literally, like, this was all within one screenshot. I took a screenshot of it. So within a page of dialogue, she's like, oh my God, it works. That fixed it. Thank you. I'm like, you're welcome. That's how it works. It's sort of like chat room summoning. So if you watch on Twitter and I got fixed on Wednesday, you're welcome. I can do that kind of stuff in the chat room. I can do that kind of stuff when the sun's in a water sign, and the sun is in Pisces. And while it is not, it is, nobody has an unlucky time of year. You're not going to come across that terminology in astrology anywhere. This is something I found out for myself. So my air quotes lucky time of year is actually like the best things can happen, the worst things can happen. It's a water sign, extra psychic-y. That's how I crashed Rumble. The sun was in Cancer and they pissed me off. So now is not the time. Oh, Scott, glad you made it. Said he needs a frilly vampire collar. He does. Kara Carmen Lube. Moby said, we don't need no mods in here. We're all cool AF. Just saying. That's true. It is a small enough room. It's not, I don't know exactly what number Frank was at that when he started making people moderators, but it was, uh, I'm not complaining. I like that I can see what everybody's saying. B Chap said I blocked Susan. That's right. Yeah. Beach Chef. I know not a moderator on the Quite Frankly YouTube channel, though at least don't have to read the past post. Yeah, that's the one thing you can do. If you're not a moderator and you see somebody pissing you off in the chat room and there's just no help for them, go ahead and block their ass. That is totally fine. That is within your rights as a internet user to do. I explained that before. It would, because if and quite frankly, since I am a moderator, I cannot personally block someone. There just is not that separation option. If I were to block somebody, it would block them permanently from quite frankly. But it would not make sense to block people personally because and be a moderator because what if they're saying like racist stuff that could get the channel taken down and I can't see it and then the channel gets taken down, then that's no good to anybody. So like I see why that is not available, but then I have been in other rooms. The J is for Justice podcast, she has a bot in there saying stuff so often that people cannot have conversations. I blocked that. That wasn't fun. But yeah, if you do see sign in any chat room, quite frankly, anywhere, if they're just constantly saying stuff that is just nonsense to you, you got no use for it, go ahead and block them. You can always unblock people too. I have explained that. It is somewhere in your, it's not on YouTube because Google owns YouTube. It's somewhere specific, like you manage your Google account, and there is an area that shows everyone you block. So if you accidentally block somebody, you can unblock them. It's not a forever thing. Um, Marley Hornick. I guess we were having there was a little bit of technical difficulties, and she said it was because there were not as many lava lamps because Frank was at the home studio. That was so cool. She is a fan. If she's noticing the lava lamps, that is awesome. That chick is, I liked her anyway, but then she said that. I'm like, this chick rocks. That was cool. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, Frank's black three button shirt. I did write it down. Yeah. Michael said, "King low key mods via shaming, and it's glorious." That's good. That is kind of old school. The way folks would not necessarily fight, but they would have more heated conversations in the chat room. So an okay way to do things. I do kind of like it because sometimes maybe I am a little bit too lenient because just being a moderator, you can't be heavy handed with it, and I'm sort of chill. So maybe there are times I should like say something to somebody, but I don't have to because somebody else in the chat room kind of busts their balls about whatever they're doing, and it gets sorted out. So every we keep each other in check. Yeah, chap, I don't mind people saying useless things, but don't like when they go overboard with it. Yeah, like some people will spend like a solid 45, 50 minutes on a rant about, something that has absolutely nothing to do about anything. They might not, it's not necessarily disruptive, but they're just on about something for that long. And if you see somebody doing that like day after day after day, like they're not even paying attention to the show or the chat room or anything, it's up to you. You can let it scroll by, you can block it. And she had the way Marley had her shot set up, like she had a website behind her and some kind of just board screen. It was a a stationary real, it wasn't a screen, it was a real surface, but it kind of cut off the beginning of whatever her website is, so it kind of looked like if you looked at the three letters down and then go across, it looked like it said nom for freedom.com, like nom is in eating food, like nom nom nom, like a cat, the number four, uh yeah, freedom.com. Oh no, wait, no, sorry, it's NOM caps for just eat your way to freedom, independence. I don't know. It sounds like it's run by a cat. Zora, excuse me? And Frank has told this story before. He just hasn't told it a lot. But he had gotten onto chat roulette in 2010, and for I don't know 30 seconds, 20 seconds, he was linked up with Jessica Alba, like the actress. And that's it. Just kind of like, hi, oh my God, it's really you. And then I don't know if he went to the next chat roulette or whatever that was, but that's a real thing that happened. I don't see why not. And that is when Frank did officially say he is off on February the 24th. He has shit to do. But he was probably, I think he did say he's probably still going to do the coffee stream Monday morning at, 11 a.m. So that'll be the same. It's cool. Okay, yeah, now this. Here we go. 5 minutes before Quite Frankly starts, YouTube chimes off on my phone. So I don't look at it. I just start typing. Pants off, good evening, go fuck yourself. Frank. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. It's Thursday. So that now you don't get a notification for a membership video, but sometimes Gray does upload on Thursdays. So I'm thinking, wait a minute, did he upload late again in the same week? Why is this becoming a thing? But I check YouTube and no, it's not that. It is Hats Off Entertainment. I've told you about these guys before. They did like a bit about Paul Rubens. This is a guy who like I think his favorite movie ever in the entire world is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So he went to the actual filming locations maybe last year and like comparing them to the shots of the movie, like, oh, this has been repainted, but this part's exactly the same. If you look here, this is just a different color. Like he went like it's a passion project to his, and like I getting chills just thinking about. I'd love to see when somebody is talking about something they love so much. So I like seeing that. But anyway, that they had uploaded, so that's what that was. It was like people stop uploading. In the 15 minutes before 7 p.m. Just please stop. I can't take it. I'm gonna have to start checking my phone. But that had happened, and did we get a video that day? I swear to God, there was I think there was a compilation video that Gray uploaded. I'm gonna come to a point about bringing him up so much this week. Thursday. That was 2 days ago. Thursday. Okay, it wasn't a compilation video. It was just a regular GTA video on a Thursday, which is rare. Very odd. But then again, that's when I was sitting there thinking, wait, we didn't get an upload on Wednesday because there wasn't one, before, quite frankly, nothing during the show, nothing after. So I had to stop like, whoa, wait a minute, wait a minute. Gray has never not uploaded 2 days in a row. There wasn't anything on Tuesday. That's usually a thing since 2025. There's just no upload on Tuesdays now at all. Like there's no shorts, there's no nothing. But then Wednesday is usually GTA. Thursday is a membership video. Sometimes he'll upload something else for everybody else. But there we were sitting they're sitting there Thursday again. This is the 5 minutes before Quite Frankly starts, and I'm realizing Gray has not uploaded in 2 days. Why could that be? And the only thing, like the first thing that came to mind, because it gets to be around this time of year, and I start thinking about how I don't know exactly when my dad's birthday is. And like, yes, I do still believe that information is somewhere in the membership videos. I just haven't gone back far enough to get that information yet because it's not public information. I did sort of find out when it was. Actually, my brother found out. I didn't ask him to, but I want to find out. I like to do my own research. I want to find out for myself. So I was sort of thinking that I'm like, wait a minute, maybe the reason why he didn't upload on Wednesday was maybe it was his birthday and he told nobody to schedule anything. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I don't know. But it could be. And I'm having like this whole huge like breakdown again. This is the 5 minutes before Quite Frankly people are filing in. I need to say hi. So like I using detective brain when I need to be on my Quite Frankly brain. And I just had like it's not time to be a detective. It's time to be in the chat room. It's just later, girl, later. It can wait. So I had that going, but you can't be focused on other things when the chat room's going on. So I just had to leave it alone and just, let that go for the time. Dandy, I have a 9 o'clock buzz and it's only 7:30. Damn that balcony. Hells yeah. Doing things a little bit early tonight. A beat chap. I like John Candy in the Cannonball Fever movie the most. Just reminded me of the Bill song lyrics, the Piano Man. Can't remember his surname though. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, smoke for me, Dandy. The street pharmacist is out of stock. ATM. Sparky Boy 7 said BBQ BB Quite Frankly. So it was like barbecue. Like just Quite Frankly with a BB in front of the Q. Where's that? My coffee is kicking in. Hell yeah, I go to that barbecue place. Oh, Billy Joel, yeah. Piano Man by Billy Joel. Okay, yeah. And there's a piece of music. I used to know the name of it. I'm sure I could find it again. But it was like the song for the outro for years and years and years, the credit song. Frank played it at the beginning of the show. You cannot play that piece of music in the first half of the show anymore. You can't. It is a nice piece of music, but since you played it at the end, we can't be thinking it's the end of the show, at the start of the show. It's gonna fuck people up. Stop doing that. That's so messed up. Yeah, because I remember Thursday. Because again, you don't get a notification for a membership video, and I do mark down like the times of those uploads. So there I was checking my phone every 2 minutes to get the exact time. So that was like 40 minutes out of my day. But there were the two videos. I didn't watch the membership video that day. I watched it. What's today? Saturday. Yesterday I watched it Friday. Krista said this. Krista's the one who she works for. Uh, just in Frank's crew. She's the one who's engaged to Rob. But she said I could be a voice actor and make millions. I was like, thank you. You're maybe the second person to tell me that. I don't see how, but thank you. I would like that. I'd like to be good at something that makes money. Imagine that. Oh yeah, then Frank had the I like these kind of videos where like they were filming folks in I don't know the 50s or something like that. It's all black and white and just asking them questions just to hear the way people talked back then and just dressed in the whole nine. But they were asking folks what their usual breakfast is or what they take if they are under the weather or just general type of questions, and it seemed to be like English folks. And this one, older guy, just like, yeah, I like a good breakfast, bacon, eggs, some tea, and some whiskey. Hell yeah. And the one lady, like, oh, what, I make a jolly good rum punch and just, like sweat it out when she has a cold and all these remedies people have with onions and all this stuff. And it got me to thinking I would like to eat like those folks, like for a week. Just say like every day for breakfast, have your bacon and eggs and your tea with your whiskey in it, and just go about your day. See what that does to you. I'd like to do like just do that breakfast, lunch, dinner, just like eat like those folks for a week and see what it does to you. I'm sure it'd be healthier. But that would be fun to do. I wish this was the kind of channel where I could like, hey, we're gonna cook this today, and just I'm sure like those channels that like cook stuff, that must be such a pain in the ass because I don't know about you guys, but if I watch anybody food porn, I'm not just looking at the food, I'm looking at the background. Like, did they wipe off the counter? What's that spot doing there? Like, ooh, I would have wiped the edge of that bowl. I don't know. Thursday. It was either Thursday or Friday. I popped over into Discord and somebody mentioned like maybe they grind their teeth in their sleep, or somebody else said they get have insomnia and something else. Like, well, hey, cultivate, elevate, pearl powder cures insomnia. Hold on, let me get you the link. So told them about that, and just folks kind of just generally talking about sleep issues, and I was like, well, it helped with my eyes, and it lets like it lets you sleep. I don't have my insomnia that I would have when I'm skinny, and it's I did mention though it does make my brain not as brainy. I did like my rapid fire thoughts more before I started taking it. I don't like the way it affected my brain, but I need to be able to see. So I'm not saying to be dumber. I just feel like I don't have that. I don't have all those thoughts that I was having prior to taking it. And it does take a long time to get out of your system. I stayed off of it for maybe a month and a half and I was still able to sleep, but I don't need my vision getting worse. So I had to get back on it. And I've got to take it for life. But it does help with insomnia. And it's not going to make you, like, say, like groggy in the morning, or there's no other bad side effects. It does other stuff too, but I was mainly taking it for those two things. And that's run by a fella named Matt Copper. We're starting to think he's a cat. Michael said I should volunteer to read an audiobook for LibriVox to jumpstart your voice acting portfolio. Yeah, just, now I gotta get a. I was thinking I've got to get like a reel together of my best lines from my live shows and send that off like a demo reel. I don't know what it was, but my last show, I just watched it today. That had me cracking up at a few points. I don't know what I was on. I don't know if it was my timing or what, or just stuff that I said. Did I write something down? I did. When I was talking about people can go into court, quite frankly, and say this show sucks. I hate this show. Like, yeah, it sucks every single night. Like, it's so bad. I have to come here all the time. So I think I grind my teeth when I'm asleep, though I can't be sure. See, what happened with me, it's somewhere here in the last 2 months, I start like I was getting like the twitching around my eye and underneath my eye. And then I tried to just make that stop. Just try to like think calming thoughts and not focus on it twitching, focus on other stuff. Because if you think about it, that's going to make it worse. And then that slowly became like why do my teeth ache? Oh, it's because I'm just clenching my jaw. Like while I'm awake, I'll just be clenching my teeth. I'm not a teeth clencher. So that's weird. So I'm trying to stop doing that, and then now it's becoming where like my chin feels like it's quivering from just having that side of my face tense. That can't be good. Need to stop doing that. Beach app, I feel you. The doctor said I've got a condition called jaw dysfunction. Yeah. Like I don't have enough problems with my effed up looking teeth. I don't need that. I don't need anything extra going wrong since I can't get any meds, can't get into any doctors. That's not good. I keep thinking about the time. I keep thinking like it's a half an hour earlier. You can't go to 9 o'clock. So then from whatever conversation and Discord we were having, it kind of like bled down into the Friday show chat room because then we get into talking about dreams and just like different things people take to say if they are having lucid dreams to make them stop or things to make them have lucid dreams. I was saying that they used to be a sponsor, quite frankly, called Secret Nature CBD. That stuff does make me have more vivid dreams. I do still have it. I haven't gotten into it for a while. It is not weed. It does not get you high. It says that on the box. It does not. This product will not get you high. It's a different kind of. It's not even a buzz. It's just a feeling, like a sensation, and again, more vivid dreams, which is fine by me. I run on dreams. That's why insomnia is bad for me. It's not the lack of sleep. I need that break from reality with dreams. If I don't get that, I will go crazy. I don't need to be that way. But somebody, we were talking about all kinds of just L-theanine pills. Somebody said that they actually come in a pill form and they give you lucid dreams. So, hey, pills, that's one of my favorite things. I'm going to look that up. And this was odd. I forget exactly how. I don't know on the Friday show. I can't remember back that far. Who knows when Friday was? Because now it's Saturday. These shows being 1 week apart, they feel even longer than that. Like longer than 2 weeks apart. How they do for me. It honestly feels like, did I do a show last Saturday? Just the memory gets worse with the back getting worse. So that's where I'm at. I'm like, did I do a show? What day was that? Well, that's the date. Are you sure? The 15th? Okay, that was my last show. I know what's today. But something Frank was doing, I'm like, this is just like the Universe Sandbox video from Grace Still Plays that I watched earlier that day. And some chick's like, yeah, that's right. The universe is a sandbox. And I wasn't going to correct her because that was cute. So it's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Edward Bernays sauce. He's always good for some lines. Folks are talking about dark energy, just, evil forces. I was like, yeah, people are probably, pouring holy water around their computers. But it said dark energy drinks. Like coffee? Oh, like that one. Maybe that was the night before we had the one metaphysical fella on. Oh, Michael said the L-theanine. Go with that. With coffee is great. It takes away the spiky, jittery side, and you're really focused with balanced, high energy. Yeah, that's what I need. I don't mind the like shaky part. I can deal with that. It's just getting used to like when I started doing shows there was a week in May when I was doing shows almost every day, and that's when I started taking more caffeine. I was taking 200 milligrams in the morning, then I upped it to 300. I noticed a difference. I was hella agitated for a few days with that extra caffeine in there, and then everything evened out. And having said that, I'm thinking about bumping it up to 400 milligrams. I would just take two of the 200 milligram pills just to get through. If again, worst case scenario, I can't go to the chiropractor again. I can just take a bunch of uppers and then just crash at the end of the day. Is it healthy? No. Do I have another option? Yeah, that's a 9 millimeter, but I'm not doing that. I have shit to do. And I do think about this often because Jay Gulanello, insert your Jay name. Jay is one of the hardest guests to have on because for 2 hours I've got to think of different Jay names to call him every single time I bring him up that I have not used before in that night. So it is an extra challenge that I'm up for. It's fun. It makes you keep your eyes open for other J names. Thankfully, in Dark Shadows, it's we're coming across some characters with some extra J names, so I got a few in there that I didn't have to think about too hard. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, watch out for adrenal fatigue taking that much. Yeah. Now they say like you don't want to be taking, say, like 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day. That's sort of fatal. So I'm not certainly not getting up there. Jay Gulanello. I call him Jupiter Gulanello. He's the guy with the widow's peak, and he's super hyper. And we're starting to think he's a vampire. Because have you ever seen him during the day? I haven't. But I do wonder about his birthday because yeah, I assume he's a little bit older than Frank, maybe closer to Rob's age, and it might be something I can Google. I don't get information about people that way. I'd rather like stumble across it naturally or like wait for them to say it. But someone I didn't write down who said this. It was a girl, but she said she thinks Jay is a Virgo with a Scorpio moon. Now that's very specific. I was like, wow, okay, yeah, because I have a Scorpio moon. Like, why would you like wish that on somebody? That's intense, though. I like that. I was like, hey. So yeah, I wrote that down. Yeah, I don't know. Could be Virgos are like one of the health nuts of the zodiac. I'll Chef, the one that runs the Spy Network channel, YouTube video contents. Perpetual health. There we go. My bad. Michael, oh, that gay vampire Leo. Yeah, and people are calling him Leo all of a sudden. Like, not that he was a Leo, but that his name was Leo. But I guess it's like public knowledge. Again, I don't like Google people to find out stuff like that. Danny J does look a bit like Eddie Munster, like a little bit. Like one time back when I was stuck using Gilded because we were only on, quite frankly, for an hour on YouTube, this time last year, I got the idea in my head to look up. I did Google Gray. I didn't want to know his name, though. It did not come up, though. I was afraid to find that out. Uh, I think I was looking for his birthday at the time. That's sad. Michael, yeah, that guess was oddly specific. Oh, that guess was oddly specific. Yeah, because I can, like, sometimes. I'm not that. I wish I could. I wish I could look at a face and just know what somebody's sign is. or like their ascendant or their moon sign. Sometimes you can, sometimes I can, but it's not every time. I think it should be after 29 years, but it's just not. Um, Say if somebody has a Cancer moon, it's going to show up more, or they're going to have a little bit more Cancer features in their face than it's specific. I can point to certain people. Like you have to look at a lot of faces for a lot of years and do a lot of comparing to be able to do that. Is that? Yeah. Yeah, Frank was getting some creepy calls yesterday. Oh, Michael said that caller asked if his name is Leo, and he said yes, but you'll never guess his full name. Yeah, okay, yeah, all right, all right. Now, see, now, see, now that is a clue because what you will come across a lot are a ton of people named Leo who are Virgos. Their mother was just so fucking stubborn and set on this name that the sun went into the next sign and she said, fuck it, we're naming him Leo still. So he could be a Virgo just from that clue right there. Okay, I like that. And what if he has like three or four different names or five different names? We're not going to guess all those. I'd rather just know his birthday, but like let him say it. Like drop some hints. So this dude calls in, and I thought it was just going to be a normal call, and I think my head hurts because I can't breathe. But he was like complimentary and not being creepy, just being a guy. Yeah, the Radio Shack weirdo Zora. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you said that because this is so weird. So like it starts out kind of normal, and the guy's talking about how he worked at Radio Shack at one time. So like, hey Frank, can you take a video of your like a setup or equipment or settings or something like that, and we can help you out because he's been having these tech issues for like 2 months now. I'm sure it's stressing him out. It's just been going on forever. And Frank's just kind of like, thanks for offering. It's kind of, I'm live. I can't say what I really think. But he's saying that and letting like seeing Frank's daughter on the show. And I'm thinking, okay, that's a little. He did say Frank's daughter. He did not say her name. So like, I did kind of like that, but then he like the next sentence he says something like I didn't write it down verbatim, but he just like, hey, like let me see your wife, or like when can we see, or when can I see your wife, something like that. I was right. I'm like, hang up, hang up. This dude's creepy. Hang up. Red flags, red flags. Nope, 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 nope. That was creepy as hell. Hey, hey, well, why don't you send me a video? Hey, I like seeing your daughter. Let me see your wife. You put that guy on a list. Who was that? Oh, I am steering clear of you. So are funny but cringeworthy to be sure. Like it started out cute and funny, and it just took such a nosedive into like whoa, like this guy needs to like when he moves, does he have to tell people in his neighborhood that he's on a list? Does does he work in at the Department of Education? Creeped out. Oh, okay, there we go. And then the next caller, I'm like, oh, are they going to be creepy too? They weren't as creepy, but I was like waiting for it, like, is this going to be a thing? Michael, yeah, the show me your wife guy. No, it was funny. This was sometime in the last few months where Frank was talking to somebody, and like he had maybe spoken to the guy's wife previously, and then Frank had just asked about her, like just asked about her, not asked to like see her or talk to her. But I was in the chat room and like saying like Frank's like, hey, put your wife on the phone. He didn't say that. I was just saying it as a joke. But then here's this creep talking about show me your wife. I need an adult. But maybe Frank had mentioned this before. It just, of course, would not come up a lot. It often happens. Frank will start telling a story, or anybody will. I'd be like, "Wow, this is the first time I'm hearing it. This is so interesting." And then it goes on. I'm like, "Wait, have I heard this before?" I think he's told this before. Why does this sound familiar? So like that this happens often with me. Just you have to have fun when you have no memory. But it was a Pam again. She has passed on. But apparently her daughter had died of a heroin overdose. I don't think Frank exactly said what year, but it was kind of like the first big death to him because she was say roughly around his age. I mean, R.I.P. Oh my God! Like, was it like did she just like one day just go off the deep end? Was she? Because some people are, like say they're doing heroin and they're kind of keeping it hidden, and you can do that for a little while, but then the signs start to show, things start falling apart, you're stealing, all that kind of stuff happens. So like I don't know if it was like, again, I'm not going to ask that guy, like how'd she fall apart. I don't know this lady. um but that sucks. I just because I had dated a guy again. I probably mentioned, he was older, so he had a daughter who was like she had just turned 18 the year that I had met him. So she was excited to be 18, like she's moving out of the house, she's getting away, she's starting her own life. A real independent type of chick. An artist too, like a legit artist. She's had people commission art for her. One of these type of folks where you walk into their house and you just know they're an artist. Like they're just random pictures on the wall, like not in a tacky kind of way. It was, in a tasteful kind of way. Not like, look at me, I'm an artist. It was just something she just happened to do. So it just happened that she had a nice apartment. But what she ended up doing, like she, started getting into heroin, but she was, holding it together, boyfriend work and all that stuff. And then it just got out of control. And I don't know if I've told you this story, but I had not spoken to that guy for years. I got in touch with him, and then he did brought up his daughter, or maybe I asked how she was. I forget how it came up, but what had happened was I think he just because he kind of has no tact. He just blurts things out and does not know how to tell a story. So he just kind of blurts things out. But it's what had happened was one night her and her boyfriend, were because she had been on heroin, she got herself off, she got back on. She's with her boyfriend. They both got high one night, went to sleep. She woke up the next day, and he didn't. And I don't know when that was. So it could have been, 2 years ago. It could have been 5 years ago. I don't know. But it just, you don't mess with that stuff. And again, most of the folks that I grew up with, we started out with, like pills and pot and drinking, and then they got into needles, and suddenly half of them are dead. And then there's either been arrested, just junkies, and just fell apart. Michael said the night before was all good, normal callers. Frank had to balance the caller karma. Beach Up said, Frank should seriously consider deleting the Valentine's Day YouTube comments. Oh no, are they like bad, or are they suggestive because his family was there? Like folks don't need to be harassing like the ladies. You can sexually harass Frank. Don't go after his family. That's how fights could break out. Oh, a Friday they were getting into talking about astral projection. Have you ever done that? Zora said, I'm anti-street drugs myself. Yeah, don't do drugs on the street. Like, don't, like, let somebody hand them to you. Don't just, like, pick up stuff you find on the street and smoke it. I guess you can call it astral projection just because I was in outer space, but I was awake for this. I had like done something. I don't know exactly what drug it was. It was an upper. Somebody I trust gave it to me. I still have it. I want to try this again. This was maybe a year or so ago, but I got, caught a buzz. Again, it was an upper, but I'm like laying down just with my eyes closed, and suddenly I'm just flying past planets. It was just like, but like Gray still plays in Universe Sandbox, just going like going past these massive bodies that are planets. Just like think about the time it would take to fly past that as fast as you could. That's what I was doing. And it didn't take long. This was like, I don't know, around this time of day. It couldn't have been more than 20 minutes. But yeah, that's a real thing. I never forgot it. I would try to do it again. That was a trip. I haven't been to, like, I've flown before. I haven't been to outer space a lot. That was cool. A beach chef said my niece's husband cheated on her. Oh, fuck him. So they got divorced and split from each other. It turned out it was good for her. She is a uniformed cop now. Yeah, screw that guy. Fuck that. Yeah, try astral projection. I don't know if people do it when they meditate. I don't know exactly how they get into that state. Try it out. It's cool. But then Frank was talking about he's got a buddy who, if the guy doesn't smoke like a joint and a half, like specifically that amount before bed, then he will just fly out of his body when he's asleep and just, never come back until it's time to wake up. But he's, exhausted when he wakes up because he just hasn't been in his body the whole night. So he can't put himself through that. So he has to smoke or he's just gone. Beechap just off her probationary period though. Oh, that's good. I hate that probationary period. Oh, you gotta mind your P's and Q's for something like 3 months or whatever. I'm sure every place is different. And I should have said this earlier in the year, but if you, since it is tax time, if you use H&R Block, just know that yes, you will get your federal return, but if you want a copy of it and you go to irs.gov and select the year, they will send you a blank piece of paper that says nothing on file. So I don't know how H&R Block gets away with that, but that is something that can happen. Now that I don't know if it was last year or the year before, maybe the year before that, sometime after 2020. But yeah, I've never seen that before, and that's what they did. And I think that's why I do my taxes on paper again, because that's not very cool to me. And since this episode is called Still, I do want to mention my favorite episode of The Walking Dead is an episode called Still. I want to say it's in season 4. I'm not going to give away spoilers. It's after they leave the prison, sometime after that, before Terminus. A Norman Reedus episode, obviously. Yeah. I didn't want to say that. Can't call it Still Game. I don't think it's I don't want to say, if I want to talk about the show Still Game, I would actually call like an episode that, because the show is so great. But you do want to check out the Scottish comedy Still Game. Came out in something like 2002. They did, let's say 6 or 7 seasons and stopped for a few years and did like 2 more. It's 9 seasons total. Um you do want to watch that. It is a crime people outside of Scotland do not know about that show. Like if you're really hardcore about it, start with Chewing the Fat. That started in 1999. It's the same guys. It's got some other people who are not on Still Game, but it is hit and miss. I will admit that some are, the sketches are bangers and you will laugh till you cry. Some of them you just have to get through, but it's mostly good. And it does have the characters Jack and Victor. They originated there, and then they got their own series. It's like these older folks, they're like 65, 70, 75, were retired and just still going to the pub and having adventures. And one guy's a gambling addict, and one lady's a gab shite, so you have to I had the hardest time with Isa's accent, but she's the one you have to listen to the most because she's the town gossip. So you have to pay attention to what she's talking about. It's so good. It's such a good show. It's on Netflix. It is a British comedy, so if you do want to buy it, you're going to be paying full price for the DVD. But it is out there. You do want to watch it. You do not want to use the subtitles because they will be wrong. You've just got to learn Scottish and go along with it. And you're gonna hear one of the funniest jokes that exists, period, in the first episode. No, I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but I heard that line twice from Batchy, didn't know where it came from. And then I watched Still Game. It's in that episode. I spent 20 solid minutes rewinding it and just cry laughing. It was so good. And then later on in that episode, like something sad happens. So it's like, I'm just running the gamut here, and it's like a half an hour episode. What the hell? That's just the first episode. It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. Carrie, yeah, that is a great episode. Yeah, it just things are just still. Just great acting. I kind of liked when, because The Walking Dead kind of started out where like you get one episode and they kind of like deal with all the characters, but then it gets to this part in the series and say an episode is just about like two or three characters because they kind of split off. That's good if you like the characters, and I like those two characters, so that's yeah. I really don't want to see. It's kind of like my Daryl Dixon review. I don't want to give away too many details. Sora said, I feel like I'm on drugs in this stream. I felt like that last time too. I liked it. Oh, good. Yeah, yeah. Catch a buzz. Please do. I've been sober Sally for 2 days. Just nothing to take the edge off. I don't care for that. I will bring this up again. I did get some of the free samples of the Keto Brains Nootropics. It's a package that had 3 of these suckers in it. And one of these is 1 serving, it says, but it kind of feels like a lot to me. So I'm going to take these 3 and break them up into 6. And I'll drink these next week so I can tell you about them on the next Saturday show. See if I like it. I'm just concerned about the coconut in it. Might give me a low-key headache, so I didn't want to take it, like, say, before this, since I've got to be up till 11 tonight. uh, but I'll start taking it tomorrow, see how it goes, see if it makes me think more clearly, how it tastes, how it smells, all that stuff, and then I'll get back with you about it just to see if it works out. And if you do want to check it out, go to Keto Brains, BRAINZ, like it's the 90s, and use promo code Frankly, all caps Frankly. That will get you, it looks like it's 10% off. And then they charge you at least $5 to ship it, so it's $5 off, but that's still $5, so it's something. That's if you get the one-time thing. They do have it. You can like sign up to get it regularly, and I think it's like $10 cheaper. Really not in that kind of market for it. I haven't even tried it yet. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I did get some of that sent to me. That was totally cool of Frank, so thank you for that. And it showed up like yesterday or the day before, something like that. But yeah, Friday, what it was, I did end up watching that Thursday video from Gray. And again, like I say, he's so sick now that he can't even be on camera. And he had to upload something that he recorded in 2023 in case he ever was sick and couldn't be on camera. And he doesn't want to stop doing those uploads once a week because it is a matter of pride and the show must go on and all that good stuff. So I totally get that. Oh, Kara, nice. I just ordered it to try. I hope I like it. Cool. Like I would like best case scenario, it does work out, and I like it so much that I do want to buy it. That would be interesting. We'll see. It's weird to take something for 6 days. Am I going to even feel it in my system taking a half a dose? Is it just going to be something that just looks like coffee creamer in my coffee? I don't know. And it does break your fast. It does say it's like 110 calories per serving. So again, if you're on a super strict diet, or say if you don't have any calories before a certain time, don't put it in your coffee then, wait till later. I hope it's good. Folks have been trying it in the, well, Frankly's have been trying it. Who else would be trying it? But they always mention something in the chat room about it. Like, yeah, I tried this. Or I got it ordered, or it's on the way, or I just started taking it. So I don't know if anybody's been quite taking it long enough to see results. Maybe they have. We'll see. Okay, let me see here, since I don't quite remember everything in the description of my own video, even though I wrote it myself. Yeah, don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't already. Kara said it smells very coconutty. Ooh. Ooh. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, maybe it's just a smell thing and I won't get a headache from it. I don't know. I mean, like, I got it. I'm not going to get it sent to me and not try it. So I did it for science. I got to check it out. And I do have the super chats opened up now. Made it to 500 subscribers. And no, what I did, I am up to something like 200. Well, it was 219 earlier. I'm at 218 now. No worries. It's been a while since I lost subscribers, so like I'm glad that happened now. It's nice to get subs during the week when I haven't done anything, and then go live and lose subscribers. It keeps you humble. It keeps you humble. Here's a story I like. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if I've told it, but it's Kathy Bates. She's nominated for Misery, wins the award. Everybody's happy for her. She's signing autographs. Later that night, she goes to take her dog for a walk. She forgot a napkin, a paper bag, anything to put, the dog leavings in. But she sees a piece of paper on the ground, so she picks it up and looks at it. And it was one of the autographs that she signed earlier that day. It keeps you humble. Nothing against her. Kathy Bates is great. Screw whoever threw that away. But yeah, I do have it's Venmo and also Buy Me a Coffee. I've got the links in the description. Those are Venmo 100% goes to me, but with Buy Me a Coffee, it's something like they keep something like 5% or 10%. I wouldn't say that's bad because it is called Buy Me a Coffee, so they need that extra bit to like put the coffee in the cup, so it makes sense. Oh, Zora said, does it compare to Adderall or cocaine? Oh, which drug? I've never had Adderall. But you don't have to support, you don't have to, give money to a channel to support it. All you have to do is show up and watch the shows. But if you want to do more than that, you can always smash the like button and make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. And you can also share the shows if you think folks would be into it. I thought I put an extra space in there. No, it's good. I know what I'm doing. And then, yeah, you do have 1 week left to watch. Oh, pardon me. Build suspense by rubbing my nose. The Man Who Would Be King. That's over on Tubi. This is a film from 1975. It's got Sean Connery. It has Michael Caine. It has other people. I don't know who. Don't even I don't want to like. I know I read the synopsis. I think I've forgotten it by now. I'm not gonna look at the cast. I'm just gonna dive into it with my notebook and do the thing. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to talk about that a week from today. You can follow the link in the description to get to that. That's on Tubi, the free app you can watch on your phone, your smart TV, and a lot of stuff in between. That also has Dark Shadows, which I will be reviewing on this channel this year. It's split into two. It has Dark Shadows, the beginning. That's episode 100, not 100, sorry, episode 1 through 210. Sorry, 209. It's like I've never talked about this before. Dark Shadows, the beginning, episode 1 through 209, and then Dark Shadows, no subtitle, that's episode 210 through 1245. I don't know exactly where I'm at now. I'm at, I've gone past 330, 360? I think I've gone past 360 now. You do want to watch it. You do want to watch it. I forgot about this. There's a character that becomes a cat. I forgot about that. Kitty cat. Totally forgot. I watched it last year. I forgot. But there's a cat. So that comes up. I can't wait to talk about that. But yeah, so you're gonna hear about the entire series through me. Just a 60-year-old TV show. Wow, yeah, this is all. I'm just checking out the description of my own show. But yeah, again, the I wish it wouldn't cut off like that. I forgot what it's called. Coffee Talk with Sarah. Sarah, goodness, great. Coffee Talk with. I am so on top of it tonight. Coffee Talk with Sandra. So sorry for getting that wrong. I did not do it on purpose. I'll be there at 10 p.m. a month from today. So, yeah, just like a month and about an hour and a half away. That's going to be, I don't actually don't know exactly where I'm going to be. I'm just going to be live with this setup at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I've already gone to her channel and given her a like and a follow, I should say. So I will get I guess I won't get the notification. It's going to be weird because I won't be able to see a chat room while I'm there because it's, pilled. But that's going to be roughly, I asked so dude how long it lasts because that's late for me. He said like an hour 15 minutes. Like, watch, I'll be on there and it'll run long. But we'll see. It'll be fun no matter what. Hey, what's that for? Oh, got alarm to go off for when Frank goes live. And if you do like the shirt, this is Gray Still Plays, Not Today Satan. Not affiliated with his channel, but if you do want a Not Today Satan, he does have more merch than that. He's got like hoodies and cups and water bottles with it. There's like a whole line of Not Today Satan stuff. That's at graystillplays.com. That's the if you are into watching somebody play video games, that's the channel for it. He's older than the say 20-year-olds who usually play video games, so that's where that comes from. He must have started getting gray hair quite early on. Because if he had gray hair when he started his channel and he's been doing this for 9 years, yeah, well, yeah, that's all that is. Again, not affiliated. I've just been a fan since something like 2017. When I'm not watching Dark Shadows, I've usually got the first thing I watch in the morning is Gray Still Plays, no matter what, and then I probably end up watching a little bit of it in the evening. Beach, I've actually got a bad memory. Can't remember when. Yeah, it's nice to have a bad memory and then feel it getting worse. Yeah, I forget what I was gonna write. Yeah, oh, I'm bad for that in the chat room because if something distracts me, then I can't remember what I was just going to say. So I've just got to say it all in the moment, or it's just going to be lost because something else is going to remind me of something. But sometimes I can remember what I was going to say based on what other people have said. Sometimes that's why being in the chat room is better than real life because I'm saying stuff now. I'm forgetting maybe half of it, 75% of it. But in the chat room, you don't have to remember anything because it's written down. So I'm not at my best when I'm live. Oh, so yeah, I don't mind watching Grandpa Gaming YouTube live streams. He's my internet dad, but I from what I gather, he might actually be like a month younger than me. He has said in his videos many times that he's a Pisces. He's said that his birthday is in February. He said he wasn't born in 1981. Um, I don't know when in February. I don't think he's born on the cusp. I don't get that vibe. I don't think there was a February 29th. Or I would have to look for that. That would be weird if it was. But yeah, I just don't know. I think one day I'll find out. And by one day, I mean sometime between now and New Year's Day. Just haven't found that out yet. That information has to be somewhere. You don't even have to tell me the year. I just want, like, the day. Don't make me pick a day. But yeah, it's just I'm sort of getting off on a. Yeah, lost a subscriber. That's okay. Oh, just today my Dark Shadows video got up to 2.9 thousand views. Holy shit, that went up in May. I can't believe it's gotten that many clicks. Chap, supposedly he's an ex-American soldier. Um, he's a YouTuber and a landscaper. He's done landscaping, and he's a pilot. He flies planes. The only time I was ever worried about him was when he said he was flying planes, because he was kind of like on about planes and video games, and he mentioned that he was like getting his pilot's license. And sometimes your brain just clears out, and you can only think one thing, one solid thing, and that was James Horner, because we lost James Horner in a plane crash. So like I don't think I do believe Gray's gonna outlive me, but I got so nervous when he said that. That's the only thing I could think of. Me chap, I lost some subscribers. All good. It's cool. Like I'll gain like say 2 subscribers or lose one. I'll gain one, I'll lose one. Like it's always a zigzag. It's slowly going up though, but that's okay because YouTube pissed me off, so I opened up my own super chat. So it's all good. And then something I think my watch hours are up there now too. Something like I think I'm up to 2,000, over 2,000. Yeah, 2003 public watch hours in the last 365 days. And their first milestone is 500 subs, 3,000 watch hours. And that's when they let you have, that's when they say you can have, memberships and super chats and shopping if you have merch. Don't have merch, but that's okay. But yeah, now in roughly half an hour, we got to go to Quite Frankly for his show. He's going to be live for 2 hours, just kicking it. That'll be fun. And then next week, again, Monday, Frank is off, Monday the 24th, so I will be on at the regular 7 p.m. time. And now next week, we will have to, I'll be pulling some ideas together for us to vote on a movie for March, but other than Monday, just a regular week. Then we're going to come back here. We'll talk about The Man Who Would Be King. And it was recommended like 2 months ago, and then after the poll ended for Boondock Saints, it's actually beat it. So I figured if it was that popular, maybe it would do that good, and we'd watch it after that. So that's why this one got in. It's a popular movie, so we'll see. It can't be bad with that cast. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to doing the Foxhole Squares thing. All kinds of fun stuff planned. Even if I can't breathe. It's, you know what, it really sucks when I'm not live, like things hurt. Like I can breathe when I'm lying down, really can't when I'm sitting up, but it's okay when I'm live. Somehow being in front of folks just sort of makes all the pain go away. So yeah, I'm glad everybody did show up. Please do smash the like button on your way out and grab your pants because you're gonna need them to throw on the floor over it, quite frankly. Don't forget those. And I hope everybody did have a good time. It's so weird going live a half an hour early. It's throwing me off so bad. Just looking at the time, I'm thinking I've got to go for another half an hour. It's like, girl, you've done enough. So I guess nobody went over to Twitch. That's okay. So yeah, it was great to see everybody. I hope everybody had a good time. This is going to be so much fun going over to, quite frankly, it's never been like me for 2 hours and then Frank for 2 hours. This is the first time this has happened. So this is going to be so cool. And it would be happening now. So yeah, catch you on the flip side. So everybody, take it easy, stay warm, get some good sleep, have a big ass meal, and eat until you get full, and then like sing. If you can breathe without hurting, like sing, do that. Zora, yeah, it's over. I've got to let everything cool down for a half an hour before you go over to Frank. That's YouTube chiming off, just saying Frank's going to be live in a half an hour. I started this half an hour earlier tonight because everything has to cool down before I go there because I'm not on a computer. I am on a laptop with a fan blowing on the charger because it gets hot. But yeah, we're gonna be right back on Monday. So we're gonna see each other in a half an hour. We're gonna see each other on Monday, and then all through the week, quite frankly. And make sure you do watch that movie because we'll be talking about that on next Saturday. It's okay to watch a review about a movie you haven't seen, but check it out. I think it's gonna be good. Enough people liked it 2 months in a row. It can't be bad. So I love seeing all you guys. I'm glad you guys want to see me. Thanks for being Franklies and for always picking up your pants and leaving the room clean. And I can't wait to see you guys in half an hour, 29 minutes ish. Yeah. If you check on till next time.